Girl Tribe Gaming. Podcast on. I said podcast on.
You're listening to the Girl Tribe Gaming Podcast, where we talk about video games, random geeky stuff, and whatever else comes to our brains. I'm Jen.
And I'm Zen, and welcome to episode 50.
This episode, we're going to talk about Halo, our favorite female heroes in a TV series. Zen finally plays Last of Us, mobile gaming, and whatever else.
Yeah, but before we get started, I just want to say a little thank you because it was my birthday last week.
Oh.
And Jen, you got the girls together and you guys made a video. Everybody, a bunch of members from Girl Tribe sent in videos and you compiled them all into this awesome birthday video, and it really meant a lot and it was awesome. So thank you, and thank you to all the Girl Tribe members out there that took part in that.
Yeah, the girls were so awesome. It was literally 2 days before your birthday. And I was like, I gotta do something cool. It's 30. You're 30. Happy 30.
Oh my gosh, 30 is scary.
Yeah.
I feel like I should be old, acting like an adult, whatever that is. But I seriously feel like I'm 14.
No,
I don't even know how you feel.
30's nothing now. When I was 30, I was okay. It was fine. I had a Spider-Man party, so I felt okay about it. 40 is starting to wear, but
Oh my gosh.
it'll be okay. I was just glad. Those girls were so awesome. I gave them zero notice, and they sent me all these birthday wishes to give to you. So
It really made my day.
I'm
Everybody
glad.
that said, happy birthday, and
Yeah.
almost made me cry.
Almost.
But
I told them, I was like, you guys are going to make her cry.
I was definitely tearing up. I mean, I was sitting by a fire, so maybe it was the smoke going to my eyes.
I'm sure.
That's probably what it was.
I'm sure.
But for my birthday,
Yeah. What? I know what it was.
okay, you know what it is, but
Yeah.
I got a PlayStation 4.
Ah,
I know.
yeah. So finally.
Finally, I have a PlayStation. And the funny thing is I had a PlayStation 1, I had a PlayStation 2,
Mhm.
and then I got an Xbox, and I just have never gone back, and I've always wanted to get a PlayStation just to go back to the system that I really grew up on and have all these great memories. And I get to play The Last of Us. But
Finally. I know. I'm jealous.
yeah, so it's been interesting comparing the two because I've been on Xbox for so long.
Yeah.
And the differences that they have, for instance, the PlayStation 4 is a lot smaller.
I didn't know that. I've never
It's a lot
seen them
smaller,
side by side.
and it is a beautiful looking piece of equipment, really stylish, and just maybe it's because it's new to me, but when they sit next to each other, it's I don't know, they look good next to each other too, so it's nice.
Yeah, the Xbox, though, it is kind of clunky. It reminds you of a cable box or something.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, a cable box compared to the PlayStation.
Yeah.
But and it's interesting to see the whole interface of how they're handling it compared to Xbox.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's been fun just trying to figure it all out and not having a clue what I'm doing,
You're a noob.
dashboard or whatever. Yeah. And the buttons, when a game is telling me to push this, I literally have to look at my controller and I'm like, what? Wait, what is that? Okay, you said triangle? Okay, got it.
Yeah, see, for me anymore, the big difference between the two consoles is what's the game? What games can you only get, that are console specific? And then the controller. The controller for me now, I'm so used to the Xbox controller. The last time I tried to play a PlayStation game, it felt weird.
It does. It's weird, but it's also, I don't know, I like it. It's a lot lighter.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of the controller, they have a light on it, which is interesting. In a game, if you're getting hurt, it will turn red or something. But they also have a little speaker on their controller. So when I'm clicking a flashlight, it literally sounds like I'm clicking a flashlight right there in my hands.
That's kind of cool.
It's that little thing that's super cool.
Huh.
So I mean, I definitely consider myself still more of an Xbox girl, and I probably always will be. Because
yeah. But like all those people that like have this war, like Xbox is better, PlayStation rules. It's like whatever console has the games that you want to play it. Like
exactly, yeah, it's so silly. There's great games on both of them, and how
Yeah.
there's exclusives to PlayStation that I've been wanting to play.
right.
Like, that's mainly what I will play. I will probably only play PlayStation exclusives on my PlayStation, and all my
Yeah.
multiplayer will still happen on Xbox. But
Yeah.
we can all get along.
I know there's no need to fight. We're all
Yeah.
people. We're all gamers.
Yeah,
But
I consider
agree.
Xbox my BFF though, and
Yeah.
PlayStation is like a close friend that we used to be good friends back in the past,
Yeah.
and we still have a lot in common, but we're like not super close.
Yeah. You just go visit them like once a month or
Yeah,
something.
and you have fun. Yeah.
Yeah. There. I would like. Speaking of exclusives, there are a few PlayStation games I want to play. Like I want to play Last of Us.
Mhm.
That Uncharted, the series, play those. And then, I like the Forza games. I miss, back in the day, I used to always play that Gran Turismo.
Interesting. Yeah, see, it's just I know eventually you'll probably have one too. Just
Eventually, yeah.
and it's just it's been fun. The Last of Us, what I have played of it so far,
Yeah.
has lived up to the hype in my head because
good.
for years, I think the original came out in 2013 sometime, and I have been talking to you about it. Like
2 years.
I need a friend that has a PlayStation.
Yeah.
It has been a blast.
Well, good. I'm glad. And that's a good birthday gift.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Man.
But I'll definitely give more details on The Last of Us because I've only played like an hour of it so far. But so right now, like the graphics are beautiful. The story has just been, it feels like I'm making a movie come to life.
Yeah.
The way they
cool.
transition between like a narrative, like cutscene and back to gameplay reminds me a lot of how Tomb Raider did it. How she was like,
where it felt
walking,
seamless.
and then it was like seamless transition between the two.
Yeah,
But,
I think it was Tomb Raider where I was watching a cutscene and it ended. I'm still sitting there.
Yes,
and I'm like, I'm supposed to go. That's cool.
But it's been great so far, and I think the next game after Last of Us I want to play is Journey, which is super old again, but it's a lot to get caught up to on the PlayStation side.
I know. Well, that's exciting. Like, in general, Xbox tends to have more, like Halo, Gears of War, Forza, all those games. So for me, it's a better fit. But
yeah, Xbox is definitely a better fit multiplayer.
Yeah, and that's where all my friends are. So I'm never leaving. You guys are stuck.
Oh, it's funny. So you have been playing Halo, a lot. Like it seems like every day you message me when I'm at work and be like, I'm playing Halo, and I'm like, I want to play Halo.
Yeah, summertime. Usually there's a lot less games available, and so I've taken the time. I'm so excited for Halo 5. I'm like, okay, you need to play the heck out of the Master Chief Collection because once Halo 5 comes out, you're not going to go back to it for a while. Mm-hmm. So I played, the Halo 1, I played that like this when the game first came out. But Halo 2, 3, ODST, and Halo 4, like just recently, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
And then the multiplayer, and now that I've got the controls down again, I've been playing multiplayer like crazy. And at first I was just sticking in that the Halo 2 Anniversary Edition playlist. Mm-hmm. And that's a ranked playlist. And I was in that a lot because achievements. And I just wanted to see the remastered maps over and over and over. But so here's my issue though. Everybody's quitting. Like, I had back-to-back games where I was the only one on my team, and I wouldn't quit. I just kept going and getting killed, and people just kept quitting or team killing.
Do they not manage that? I mean, I know a lot of games try, and it's probably really hard.
Yeah. But like, remember Gears of War, you would lose a bunch of experience. Even if you got disconnected, like legit, and you came back in, you would lose all those experience points.
Well, hopefully they fix that in Halo. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if you betray somebody, you respawn slower,
yeah, or
But
something like Halo 5. I
yeah,
have hope that they'll figure this out.
that's what I'm hoping, that they do something. And then also with Halo matchmaking, they don't bring in new players during the match. Like Call of Duty will do that,
Yeah, and
It's-
it's always like if you're the person being spawned into a game that's
I
like
know.
completely lost, you're like,
Great.
oh.
But yeah, that was my only frustration. But then I think it was today or yesterday, I was like, I'm going to go try out Action Sack because I used to play that playlist a long time ago. And
Can you
that's,
explain Action Sack?
yeah, that's like this playlist where the games are just crazy. It's a combination of like Slayer and objective games, but with different twists. So, like, for example, my favorite right now, normally Oddball, there's a ball, everybody's fighting to hold it. The team that holds it the longest wins.
Mm-hmm.
But Sticky Ball, everyone's running around with these pistols that shoot plasma grenades, and they like stick. Oh, and there's just grenades, explosions. I mean, it's just crazy. And all the games are like that. And you play a lot of games where you get to use weapons you don't normally use.
Do you find people don't quit as much in that
Exactly.
playlist? Okay.
Yeah, it was a lot more fun. People weren't quitting, and they were actually playing the objective. So I was having a blast. You got to try it out.
Yeah, definitely. I'll have to try that, but I am definitely looking forward to. We've said it over and over again, but
Yes. What?
we have high hopes for Halo 5 over here.
Yeah, and I recently was reading, like 343, they have their Halo Waypoint site, and they have like a community announcement, kind of like Bungie does each week. And they had an announcement that it was actually a couple weeks ago, but it talked a little bit more about how the Halo 5 campaign is going to work and how it's going to kind of differ from past Halo campaigns. And I think people that think they don't like Halo, I actually think if they would just open their mind a little bit, that they'd actually like this.
Just playing the multiplayer, how much has changed, and what they've announced with the fire team.
Yeah, the fire teams you mean in the campaign?
In the campaign.
Yeah, so in the past, like Halo campaigns were always kind of made to be like a solo experience, and then they added in co-op. Now this is built with co-op as the main focus, so it's made to be played with your friends. And so, like, you start out on your fire team and you're like either, Master Chief or Locke. And then you have 3 other guys, or not guys, but characters, fighting with you. And then, like, if I'm playing and you're like, oh, Jen's on, I want to play. You just hop right into my game. We don't have to stop, get you into the room. And people can just come in and out of the game without having to, like, party up and do all that. So
yeah. It's kind of like a Destiny, how you can do that in Destiny.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. And so they're going to have some other things that are new. Like in the past, like if you died, you would have to do you remember this? You'd have to run backwards, try to get away from enemies, and then your teammate would spawn on you there. I don't know if you remember that. But now you'll go down and they have to come and revive you.
Oh,
so it
really?
Yeah, and then they said the maps, they're making them wider and more levels to them. So maybe I'm okay, I'm gonna run center to go hit this guy, and then Zen, you run up top along the right and cover me, and then someone else can flank. So it's kind of cool. The maps are made for a co-op experience, like the campaign maps.
Yeah, definitely Halo has definitely evolved into something more. And I hope even hardcore Halo fans really look at the changes that they seem to be making and just realize they seem to be fitting to the times now versus...
Yeah, because it did get kind of outdated. And then I almost feel like when Halo 4 came out, we weren't ready for it, though.
No, you and I were just talking about how we really upset with Halo 4, and looking back, it was so silly how we acted towards the changes that they made in the game. It was maybe ahead of its time, or just ahead of our time. Like what? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm curious. I mean, they're going to add in a lot of new little things like an order system. So when you're not playing with me and I have my AI guys, I can tell them like attack the target or go to this location or use the turret.
I'm like super excited about that because one of my favorite games, Star Wars game, which is weird because I'm not a big Star Wars fan.
I know that cracks me up.
I know. Star Wars Republic Commando, I believe it was called. Yeah. It was an original Xbox title. And in that game, you had, I think, 3 or 4 other characters you would control. But to control them was super easy. It was just like hitting like the D-pad button and like go here, or
Did
like
you do that a lot?
Yeah, because it was like a superpower almost. Instead of doing a super, I would tell this guy to go over there and take care of them.
Huh.
And I don't know. I'm hoping it's something that's that simple to do, and then it still feels really powerful and not just silly.
Yeah, not like a gimmicky thing that you don't use.
Yeah.
They said that they're not building a tactical squad-based shooter, but they want to make it a layer to the game that, you know, it immerses you further, it gives you new tactics and things like that. But it won't take you out of like the Halo experience, you know. So
interesting.
I'm excited.
I'm excited. I'm scared.
Yeah.
Mostly excited.
One more thing, because, you know, I'm all excited because I was reading all up on this. They said that enemies are going to move faster. They're going to be more responsive and more lethal. And the AI is going to the AI enemies are going to understand how to battle against like a whole team, like a fire team of 4. Rather than normally they responded more on a single player. So I'm like, whoa, you know, Halo
sounds great.
Yeah, like imagine doing the campaign with enemies that are like smarter. That could be cool. Or difficult.
I don't know. I'm so leery about that because like I'm trying to think of like a game that did the AI well. And I can't think of one.
Well, see, maybe they'll be the first. Maybe.
I hope so. That would be cool.
Yeah, I'm excited though.
I'm going to give an example of AI really quick.
Okay.
Because in The Last of Us, there's this, where I am right now, there's this woman that's following me. And I'm in a chapter that you have to be really stealthy. And like, I'm being all sneaky and like, there's guys all around me and they don't see me. All of a sudden, the AI girl I'm with just goes running by. Like, she doesn't get spotted, but it's like she's just like running in circles in front of me. I'm like, what are you doing? If this was real life.
I hate like in a video game, like you're trying to be so stealthy. You spend all this time sneaking up on somebody, and then like a teammate, you know, like you're invis and you're crouched, nobody knows you're there, and then like your teammate's standing right next to you. It's like, dude, I'm trying to be stealthy.
Yeah. And you're talking about not AI people. You're talking about
just
like
real people.
Yeah. No, see, that's probably me. Like you're crouching and like would be like belly crawling, and then I would just come guns a blazing, you know,
and
flying
then stand right next to me.
Hey, what's up? What you doing?
Yeah. She's right here.
Oh, so funny. Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, I really believe it's going to be good. And on the flip side, I have been kind of negative towards Call of Duty Black Ops 3. But, you know, I was trying to have a more open mind and look at the videos. I feel like I like it a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, the wall running and how it reminds me of Titanfall.
That's what
isn't exciting. But I think what's most exciting is I am so burned out on Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, anything new.
They can give me anything and put Call of Duty on it, and I'll just try it.
Yeah. Well, one thing I'm excited about is these character like specialists. Have you seen that?
Yeah, you pick a specialist, right?
Yeah. Well, they showed like 2 specialists yesterday. It was like battery and something else. I I can pull it up while I'm talking. Anyways, they introduced one of the new characters, and it was this really cool looking chick. Like, she just looked tough. Like, sometimes like in games like Call of Duty, I just feel like I don't know. I'm not very impressed. But
They did a good job. Okay, they did a good job in Advanced Warfare with that one girl. She came in later in the game, I feel.
One girl. Oh
my gosh.
You mean in the campaign? Yeah.
In the campaign.
Yeah. Well, this new girl, what is her name? Yeah, Battery is her name. She's kind of got like a faux hawk, and I don't know. I'll put a picture of her in the show notes and a link to all the info about her. But these characters, these specialists have different abilities and weapons and things like that. And I'm curious to see how that works, because I can already tell now I'm going to want to mix abilities and weapons, and you're not going to be able to, I don't think.
Yeah, that's the only thing that scares me is...
Yeah, like this Battery girl, her weapon is the War Machine, and it's a grenade launcher, and it fires time-fused bouncing frag grenades that explode on contact. Now that sounds fun. And then her ability is kinetic armor, and it sounds like it like just absorbs the bullets.
Oh, I mean, it sounds like her and I are going to be like best friends.
Oh, and the voice of her is the lady, her name is Morla. Oh, I'm going to mess this up. Grandona? But she did the voice of Eris on Destiny.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyways, that was my little tidbit. So I was getting a little bit excited for Call of Duty yesterday for a few minutes.
Okay, since we were talking about strong female characters in video games right there, let's just go in and talk right about some of our favorite female characters, heroes. Just I was going to swear there, but I'm trying to not swear.
I know. You want to say bad but yeah, really like strong, tough, or it doesn't even have to be tough or strong, but just
girls you admired in TV series.
Yeah.
But let's talk about our Twitter.
Yeah, so we asked that on Twitter today.
And I'm going to bring that up real quick. Let's see here. We have Blazing Fury. She's a Girl Tribe member.
Mm-hmm.
She said Starbuck, between Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica and Regina Mills from Once Upon a Time. Now, I know who Starbuck is.
Yeah.
If you don't, most people probably do.
Yeah, Starbuck was awesome. Regina Mills, she's in Once Upon a Time, and have you ever not watched that show?
No, I have, but is she the blonde-haired girl?
No. She's the one that's basically the evil queen.
And
she is actually one of my two favorite characters on that show.
She's tough and scary.
Yeah, but she's good and bad. She's both. That's what I like about her. But in Starbuck, what's really cool about her is that role, because the Battlestar Galactica, they did that reboot, and Katie Sackhoff played Starbuck. But originally, in the original Battlestar Galactica that I watched as a little kid, it was a guy. And so she took that role, and I don't know if you know this, but like some of my friends that were guys had a big problem with Starbuck being a woman. And they wouldn't even watch the new show because Starbuck was a woman.
So is in the original Battlestar Galactica, his name is Starbuck?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Look it up real quick.
I can't right now. I'll get way too distracted.
Okay.
Like, my squirrel brain, it's already like gone. Like,
yeah, you'll have to look at it later. Like, so it's just cool. She was, confident. She would be cigar smoking. And
card playing. Yeah.
Yeah. And she was just a really, she had that cocky attitude. Like, I'm the best fighter pilot.
Yeah.
So those she's
good. So cool. And C5 on Twitter also said Starbuck.
Oh, okay.
And we have Frog here who said, okay, I don't know this one.
Maggie Q is Nikita. Now, I didn't ever watch the show. I mean, I've seen the cover of the art, and I always say I should watch that.
But by the cover art, it seems as though she's a badass that wears very little clothing.
Super slinky, sexy gun. That's what I think of.
Yes, but another girl on Twitter, Maggie, also said the same girl. So that's 2 people.
Maybe we need to check this out. Maybe
It's
put
on
it on our Netflix. Yeah,
It is on
Netflix queue.
So. And then Decoy on Twitter said Tess from Touched by an Angel.
I've never seen the show. I don't even know what it is.
My mom watched Touched by an Angel, so
Yeah.
I watched it. Loved it. It was very, like kind of like, I don't know if it was on Hallmark Channel or what, but it was like a Hallmark Channel type of show.
Huh, I never watched it.
And I don't know if Tess was an angel.
I don't know.
But I don't. Everybody has their different heroes, and I'm sure Tess was definitely a hero.
I love that. So what's one of your heroes?
Okay, so first of all, I think this is gonna be funny because I have a feeling you and I are gonna be like super similar on this. But okay. Clark from the 100.
Yeah, she's so tough. Good. Mm-hmm.
For those of you that don't know the 100, Jen and I love this show.
The 100. It's
about planet Earth. Something I'm not gonna tell you what happens, but there's radiation poisoning. Humans have to go live up in space, and then they send. It's not 100 years later, but or whatever.
It was like 90 something years later.
Yeah, they send 100 people to the ground to see if they can survive. Mm-hmm. And this blonde-haired girl named Clark leads the way, basically.
She's so smart.
If we leave, we may never find a place as safe as this. And God knows, in this world, we could be faced with something even worse tomorrow. But that doesn't change the simple fact that if we stay here, we will die tonight. So pack your things. Just take what you can carry. Now.
And she is a natural leader.
Yeah, but she also can be weak at times, which I'm finding a lot of my characters, like Lara Croft in Tomb Raider. She was strong, but still human.
Yeah,
what Clark is.
They're relatable. And even, I can't remember her name, the leader of the Grounders. We shouldn't say much, though.
No, but okay, we can't, let's just not.
Okay, we won't even
There's a bunch of strong female leads in the 100.
Yeah, that show is awesome.
And I believe it's on Hulu.
Yeah, and it's on Netflix. I think the first 2 seasons might be on Netflix now.
Oh my gosh, go watch that.
At least one, for sure. One of my top shows ever.
Okay, let's hear one of your girls.
Okay, so, there's so many. One of mine is Tamzin from Lost Girl. Mm-hmm. I don't know the actress's real name. Is that bad?
Is that the lead girl?
No, she's the blonde-haired. In the very first season, she starts off as a cop with Dyson. She's his partner. Or is it second season? I don't know. They all blur now. But she's a Valkyrie. Mm-hmm. And when she changes into, because I don't know if you've ever seen the show, but Fae, there's the humans and the Fae. And then the Fae have the dark side and the light side. And Tamzin was brought into the show as she was on the dark side working as a cop, and the other guy was light. So there's a dark and light, and they're working together. Mm-hmm. But she's just this interesting character because she's bad, but she's good. But then sometimes she's bad and good, and then sometimes she's struggling with being bad or good. It's just,
so she's bipolar.
Yeah, it's just interesting. And she's when she does her little transformation, it's scary.
Okay, I started watching Lost Girl because you told me to.
Oh yeah.
I think I might have got through season 1, and then you probably told me to watch something else, and I started watching that.
I know,
but it's a good show.
Yeah, I love that show. It's so
definitely
good.
For sci-fi geeks.
I know almost all mine are. So what's another one you have?
Okay, so I started going down all sci-fi, Starbuck. She's on both of ours. I think. Yeah. Just look up Starbuck and you'll know why.
Yeah.
But so I started thinking back from my childhood.
Yeah.
And my Saturday morning cartoons, Disney Channel, Ashley Spinelli from a cartoon called Recess.
What?
And
I wasn't.
Okay,
I
you
was
gotta
too old
Google
for
it.
that. Okay.
If you watch, I mean, she was like on the show Recess from Disney,
Uh-huh.
and she was just tough. She was a tomboy. She didn't care what anybody said. She, she'd beat up some of the boys on the playground. She'd stick up for other people. I remember thinking she was so cool.
Huh. Interesting.
She was one of my favorite female characters. Like, I don't know. She was a hero to me. Like, always
That's
sticking up for
cool.
people.
Yeah. Man, I don't know if I have any childhood ones. I mean, I always love like Wonder Woman, but I always love Superman more, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But
How
know,
about
I don't know.
another one. What's
Okay.
your one?
Okay. This one is one actress that plays in two different shows, and they're both just amazing. Have you ever seen Warehouse 13's in?
Yep, I have. I'm like 5 episodes in on that one.
Oh, shoot. This could be a spoiler then.
Oh, spoiler alert. Incoming.
Oh, I'll just say it. So there's a character on this show that shows up at one point, H.G. Wells.
Mhm.
Well, then you find out that H.G. Wells is Helena, and she's this woman that has to publish her books under a male's name because, back then women weren't smart.
Okay, yep. I did see this episode.
Okay, good. Well, I just love her. So she time travels, comes to current day, and she's one of those characters too. She's good and she's bad. I love that. And she's just
That's interesting.
yeah, it's just she's so smart, like, and hot. I'm sorry. I gotta admit. But anyways, she's just a really good character. But then that same actress is on another one of my favorite shows, which is Defiance. I've talked about that show a million times.
Yeah,
But-
you love that show.
Yeah, so she plays as Stamatar on Defiance, which is a completely different role. She's playing like basically an alien that's on Earth, and she's a Castathan, and like their beliefs as a race, in some ways they're very archaic as far as women and men's relationships.
Uh-huh.
But she like steps over that boundary and finds a way to break all those Castathan stereotypes while still remaining proper, And so she is like sometimes genuinely really evil. But then other times she's really a good person at times. It
seems like how
I have a type.
It was so interesting that you like these characters that are good and bad.
Yeah, she is really bad a lot, but she has good streaks. Interesting. I didn't realize that, so I started talking about it.
Okay, now I'm just curious, like, is your next one going to be she's good and she's bad? That type of thing?
Possibly.
Okay, so my next one, it's not so much, it's not a TV series, it's more of a webisode, and that is Felicia Day in The Guild.
I've never really felt like I had any control over my life. I think that's why I like video games. It's so much easier to measure life in experience points. But when I was in Cheesy Berries and I saw that woman, I had this crazy surge of confidence that I could take on something that was bigger and tougher than anything I've taken on before. Because I had the guild as backup. It's pretty cool. This is really good pudding.
I loved her character in there. I love that show. If you haven't watched it, like, go watch it. I believe it's available on Netflix. It's probably online still. Great little web series.
Yeah, like if you play any online games at all, whether it's computer, Xbox, PlayStation, like it's something you can all relate to. Like,
yeah,
it's just oh, I love that. But I also like Felicia Day just as a person. Like, she's just done so much.
Yeah, just having a positive, female role in the geek community.
Yeah.
And just building their whole, web series and their network that they have.
Yeah.
It's just insane to see how that's grown from this TV show she did online so many years ago. But the Guild is about a gaming group, a guild online, like a game like World of Warcraft. And it just follows them, and it's so funny.
It's
and
so
so
funny.
real in some ways, too, of how we function as a
Yeah,
as an online community, like Girl Tribe.
yeah, like when you have like a clan or a guild, you have certain people and they tend to kind of fall into these little roles, and then they totally nail it on so many levels.
Yeah, that'd be a conversation that we can have off air of who is who.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh my gosh. Okay, who's next? I'm guessing she's good and she's bad.
Well, it's interesting. So mine's from Orphan Black. And have you seen that?
Yeah, you got a lot of good and you got a lot of bad in that show.
Yeah, so the main character is Sarah Manning, and she's a clone. When she finds out that there's all these other clones, it's the same actors playing them all. That Tatiana, how do you say it? I don't know.
I don't know. It's like extreme talent.
Maslany or something. But she's just amazing because she plays all these different types of women. And like you forget that it's the same girl in every single scene. Like some scenes she's having scenes with multiple people and they're all her doing them.
Yeah. That is a really good show.
Oh, I just love it. And so it's not really just one. Like there's little elements of all those characters I like, but
Orphan Black, is that available? I know it's available on Amazon Prime.
I'm not sure what it's on.
I know it's on Amazon. I don't think it's on anything else.
I think it's up to season 3 now, but if you can see it, it's really, really good. Like,
yeah.
And it just gets better.
Yeah.
What about, you have any more?
Yeah, I have 2 more.
Okay.
So, Deb from Dexter.
Oh, that's a good one.
She is like super tough. Mm-hmm. She swears like a sailor. Like, I don't know if you're gonna put any sound clips in.
Yeah, I will.
I mean, she drops the F-bomb so much, but she tells it how it is. She's tough. She's funny. She can really hold a few, beers. But she's probably one of my all-time favorite characters on TV.
She's awesome.
I admire how real she is.
And she's vulnerable at times. She doesn't, try to let that out, but she
kind of cries ugly. Whenever she cries in the TV shows, I always start laughing because she's got like a really ugly cry.
I never noticed. She has a new TV show coming out.
Is she a cop?
The girl that plays her? I'd have to ask Supa. I don't know. But I said, whatever it is, I want to see it because I really like her.
Yeah. Yeah, she's my hero. Do you have any more or?
Well, I could keep going on and on. I'll just say mine real fast. Catherine Janeway. Star Trek Voyager. I actually got to meet her, which was really cool. But she was just really awesome. Back then you didn't have a lot of women. She was like the captain of the freaking starship. So I really liked her. And then Eliza Dushku was in, I like her in everything, but Dollhouse. That was just really...
That's another good show.
And I loved it because every week she was doing something new. Like, I love that.
Dollhouse is a show that really made me think a lot about what if...
Yeah.
If the show is where you put somebody else's memory and brain almost in your body so that you can become them. Like, and get all their powers almost.
Yeah, I mean,
if you could do that in real life, like save your brain after you die, and then transfer it into another body, would you?
Well, I mean,
I would, hands down.
Well, yeah, I would if the person I wouldn't want to steal somebody, take over their body, and them not approve.
Oh yeah, true. It'd have to be maybe like robots.
It'd have to. Ooh, that's perfect, Zen. Let's be robots.
Yeah. See, get a little sidetracked, but
yeah. So
watch Dollhouse.
Yeah. So what's your last one? I have a feeling because you haven't mentioned it.
But this last one is a show that I watched growing up. Mm-hmm. It was intermixed with the Ninja Turtles and the Power Rangers, and then there was Xena. And she was seriously probably the first female character on TV that I thought was awesome. Growing up, I could never relate to pretty much any female characters besides some of the X-Men characters. But for Power Rangers, I never wanted to be like the girls in Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until Xena that I was like, oh, you can be a really tough girl.
Yeah. You can be a girl and be tough.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, she's still like probably one of my all-time favorite people. My dog is named after her horse, so
Oh, I forgot.
I don't tell people that. I mean, I'm starting to still like when people say, "Is it after the Ben Affleck movie?" I'm like, "Yeah, it
Yeah,
is."
yeah. It's
Right.
not
I just
after
love Ben
Xena's
Affleck.
horse.
That's what it is. But Xena for sure is probably my all-time favorite.
Aw, Zen.
We're BFFs. And okay, was I dreaming or are they bringing back the show?
Oh.
Was I dreaming?
No, I think they're trying to bring it back. I think Lucy
Oh, thank
Law.
God.
Yeah, you know what? You're going to kick me.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I've actually watched an entire episode of Xena.
Okay, season 1 of Xena is meh. I mean, you gotta watch it because that's where like Gabrielle and everything, comes into the show and everything. But season 1 was just meh, and then season 2 and thereforth was better.
Huh. I don't know.
I don't think you're gonna like it. I think it's
Now, Lucy Lawless was in Battlestar Galactica, later on, and she was one of my most favorite characters on that show. So
Lucy
I
Lawless
should
is
give her...
badass.
Yeah, she is.
I hope we don't have to beep that because I think I've said that word like two to three times this episode.
Oops. This is our PG-13 episode.
Yeah.
We apologize. Maybe I'll put that in the description.
So yeah, there is like a lot, like when I sat down and thought about it, I was like, there is a lot of great, strong female characters on TV.
Yeah, and there's a lot too that we didn't even talk about that are just more like regular people, you know what I mean? But they're not as, like, these are more over the top, a lot of them, but like, I don't know. It's just some of the shows I watch. I'm not going to talk about Pretty Little Liars, but
oh my gosh, I'm not caught up on Pretty Little Liars. I think I'm like half a season behind.
Oh man, I'm not going to say anything, but the finale to the season was last night. And at part of it, I was like, wow. And then I was like, huh. I can't talk to you about it now because I don't want to ruin it for anyone.
The last season I watched of Pretty Little Liars, they ended it and I just got so upset. Like, I don't know. They were just dragging it on and on and on for me.
Man, I have so many TV shows. It's insane. I got to watch out. But they're almost all sci-fi. Like, I'm still watching Dark Matter. And I'm really liking it. I tried to give that other show a go, Killjoys.
I haven't tried it.
I couldn't get into it. I tried because I like that guy. He's the one. He's the one. The brother of Shawn Ashmore, that's going to be in Quantum Break. It's his brother. I can't remember his name though. but yeah, I tried. Fail. But I've been watching that Extant.
Never heard of it.
And it's Halle Berry, and it's the second season, but it's doing really bad. And I'm like, it's just starting to get good because I feel like it's like Terminator about to happen. It's going to be, they're making these humanics, and they like look like humans, and they're very smart. And at first they were training them like from, like toddler age, and then they grow and experience like humans. And then they give it a new body. And then they get bigger and bigger. Well, then they needed to hurry. I can't tell you why. But they skipped that growing up stage and like kind of put in some algorithms. And I'm like, oh boy. And they left some safeties off. And like, then they made an army.
Wait, so is this the show that Halle Berry was in space and then came back and was like, I got something in my belly?
Yes, it's that one. And I'm like, hello, have you guys not seen the Terminator movies? Like,
is this available to watch on Netflix or Hulu? Do you know?
Probably the first season. The second season is just about over. I don't think it's doing very well. It seems like they're hurrying it along. I think maybe got an episode left.
Halle Berry is like one of my favorite people.
Yeah, when she was Storm in X-Men, I was like,
she was so good.
She was so cool.
We have to talk about female characters in movies.
I know.
That's like a whole different
shoot. Or we could even do cartoons.
And cartoons.
Jubilee. Oh, I loved her.
Well, okay, wait. See, okay. Let's talk about a mobile game I've been playing.
What? Video games? Okay.
Let's go see. Well, we've warned the people. It's mostly about video games. Sometimes
And random stuff.
random stuff.
And
so,
there's not a lot of video games right now, people.
yeah. So we'll talk about a mobile game I've been playing. I've been playing it on my iPhone. It's called Shadow Manic.
Shadow Matic?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's $2.99. And I'm not sure. Like growing up, did you ever like make shadow puppets on the wall and like just really try to make your hands like?
Wait a minute.
You
Growing up, like a couple weeks ago, I was doing that.
I would do if I need a spotlight in my bedroom or something, so I can be like, pterodactyl.
Not that people want to know what goes on in my bedroom, but but Kelly, like, it's like this habit now because we don't have stupid like bedside lamps like a lot of people do. And so like when I shut the light off, we have a platform bed. Totally off task. Sorry. Anyways, okay. My shins get damaged by the wood on the platform bed. So she turns her phone flashlight on every night, just leaves it on the side of the nightstand. What? So when I get into bed, the angle of it hits the light, and so it's like shadow puppet. It's like perfect for it. And every once in a while, I'll be like, "Oh my god, what is it? It looks like a dog," And then we'll start playing for a few minutes, and then we go to bed. Okay,
that is super cool. That is awesome.
Thanks.
Wait, and I'm a little distracted because now I need to. She leaves her phone on all night.
No. What she does is she leaves it on. While I'm like, because I'm usually slower, brushing my teeth, blah, blah, blah. I flick the light off, and then I need to walk over to my side of the bed without damaging my shins. And so she'll leave flashlight on to kind of illuminate the room for a few minutes and then turns it off.
Well, good job, Kelly, because I would...
Most people be like, just get to bed.
Just count your steps and how far the door to the bed is and jump on something.
She probably is just tired of hearing me whine about hitting my shin on the corner.
Oh my gosh. So shadow puppets.
Yeah.
This game is it has that whole thing of you have an object that you're rotating to create this shadow on a wall. So you're trying to rotate this object to figure out what the hidden object is. So like the first one, you're rotating it around and you're trying to figure out how to get the right angle on this weird object to create like a rabbit. So like at first it was easy and then it starts getting hard because like you're rotating slowly and you start seeing an object and you're like, well, is it the right object? I don't know. Is it a fish or is it not a fish?
And is this like all on your screen? You're not like projecting something.
No, that would be awesome though.
Because if you could project it on the wall,
my gosh,
that would be so fun. It would drain your battery. I bet.
HoloLens, you could do something like this.
HoloLens.
HoloLens, whatever. I love Halo. I'm going crazy right now. But can you imagine like?
Oh man.
Oh no, it'd probably be better with, I don't know, Oculus Rift. I don't know, but something. Okay. We are like squirrel brains.
I know.
Smokes. For the people that have been able to really, follow us, kudos to you.
Yeah, you get like a gold star for attention.
Because we're still talking about a simple mobile game. But.
So you like the shape is on your screen and you're just kind of like moving.
You're rotating it, yeah. Okay. And it's like a weird looking shape. Like it doesn't look anything like what you're trying to figure out.
Interesting.
And they're all different. Like some of them will be like mechanical looking shapes. And they'll have this little progress bar at the bottom that has like these little dots that will light up if you're getting warmer or colder on figuring out the object. So that helps. And then you can also like unlock hints to try to figure it out. But the hints don't like on one of them I knew it was a rabbit. But I couldn't get it to line up right. Even like with the hints, it was like telling me things like, that's like fluffy or something. I'm like, I get it. Or I hop. I'm like, I know you're a rabbit. Tell me something that I need help still. But and then as you progress, like instead of having one object that you're moving around trying to line up in the light to get the shadow, you have two objects that you're trying to like figure out. Like for example, you have the top of a chess piece and the bottom of a chess piece. But they don't look anything like a chess piece. And you're trying to make these two pieces line up to make a chess piece. And that was like really tricky. So it is. I've never played a puzzler like it. It is a really difficult puzzle game. I mean, for me, it was getting really difficult.
It sounds difficult. How much is it?
It's $2.99.
$2.99.
The graphics are beautiful. It's the lighting and everything is great. I'm not one of those people that when I spend $3 on a mobile game, I'm not upset. It is definitely difficult, but
yeah, you're a little looser with your phone purchases.
Yeah,
than I am.
It's $3. I mean, seriously, I spend that on my way to work buying a bad coffee. So
you see me, I'm like $3. I better be able to play that for a while.
It's an interesting game to try. Definitely, I have a feeling it's going to get pretty frustrating.
Yeah,
but
interesting though. I've never heard of a game like it. So
and it made me really remember how much I love shadow puppets.
Well, now you just turn your little flashlight on your phone, and there you go.
I bet you. You know what? My last thing I want to end this on is I bet you Batman was a fan of shadow puppets.
Yeah, probably so.
I don't know, but I think that wraps up this strange episode.
Random.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you let me do the intro.
Yeah. See?
It threw us
off. That was good, though. That was fun. So.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. You can follow myself on Twitter at ZMacLeod. That's ZMACLEOD. You can follow Jen on Twitter and on Twitch at MotoGirl. That's MOTO_GRRL.
And be sure to check out our website at girltribegaming.com and hit the podcast button so you can see all the show notes if you want to see all the pictures and videos that go along with what we were talking about. And we are on Facebook and Twitter, Twitch, and we're all at Girl Tribe Gaming, all one word. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.